It's a cold Thursday afternoon, and 27-year-old Denis Burikov is at the Donbai ski resort with his friend Vladimir when they decide to roll down a ski slope in an inflatable Zorb ball.
Давай, давай, давай! Кайфуй.
It seems like a fun idea, but neither of them realizes this harmless stunt is about to turn into a life or death situation.
А там что внизу?
Emergency services quickly reached the two, but the damage was too severe. Vladimir was seriously injured but survived. Denis, however, was not that lucky and passed away. And this was just one of 6 times people captured their final moments on camera, like this next case, where a personal diving record attempt goes completely wrong. On April 28, 2000, 22-year-old Yuri Lipsky was diving at a site in Egypt known as the Divers' Cemetery. The name didn't intimidate him, and he was aiming to set a new personal record by reaching the bottom of the 130-meter or 400-foot sinkhole, despite warnings from other divers. He swims out, positions himself above the descent point, and begins his dive. He quickly reaches 40 meters, or 131 feet, the recommended limit for divers using standard equipment, the same gear Yuri has. At this depth, nitrogen begins to impair judgment and slow reaction times, a condition known as narcosis. Despite this, Yuri presses on, diving deeper. As he descends further, his breath grows increasingly strained. The pressure at this depth makes each breath harder, and his air tank empties faster as a result. The mounting danger, however, does not faze Yuri. Despite warnings from his equipment, Yuri pushes on, soon reaching the bottom. He films the dive computer displaying a depth of 91.6 meters or 300 feet, but something is clearly wrong. Nitrogen narcosis has fully set in, and he thrashes at the bottom as his air runs low. Realizing he must immediately ascend, he tries to inflate his buoyancy device, and that's when everything goes wrong. He tries inflating his buoyancy device, but the immense pressure at this depth prevents him from rising. Instead, it wastes what little air he has left. His oxygen tank goes completely empty, and he unfortunately dies a horrific death in the pursuit of a new personal record. And unfortunately, this wouldn't be the last time someone recorded their own final moments. On the night of September 27th, Irina Glazanova and a friend were filming a TikTok video as they walked through Tbilisi's city center, laughing and singing. But things quickly took a chilling turn. Shockingly, Irina stumbles backwards with a scream and falls, with the video ending there. Behind her was a barely 30-centimeter or 1-foot high wall concealing a 5-meter drop, and she accidentally fell over the edge, falling to her death. Her passing sparked outrage online, with locals calling the subway entrance a death trap because of its dangerously low barrier. Only after her death were new railings finally installed, a change that came too late for Irina. Jacob Cockle was a British ocean enthusiast who ran a YouTube channel called Whirlpool Hitman. His videos often showed powerful whirlpools, sometimes even with him jumping into the water and swimming dangerously close to them. So when a new video of his began circulating online, viewers didn't think much of it at first.
So you just press that halfway down to focus. You push the brightness around your wrist a few times. So that's halfway down to focus. That would be cool. So, to focus. And it's already filming, so that's all you have to do.
Whirlpools can be extremely dangerous, dragging swimmers underwater in seconds. But for Jacob, it was nothing new. He'd done this many times before.
Yeah, it's good. It's all good.
Good.
Yeah, it's a very powerful one tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, earlier on it was scary. It was really scary.
It still is. It's
fine now because it's so deep you can kind of control it. When I first got in, I was a bit scared, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it's safe out now, though. It's good.
For several minutes, Jacob swims near the swirling current, even wearing a horse mask and filming the whirlpool from below. But the cameraman soon says something that Jacob unfortunately ignores.
It's a lot like surfing, actually.
I reckon you got enough there.
Riding the current of it with your body.
Are you?
Yeah, it's really similar to surfing. Just flowing with it.
Despite the cameraman's claims of having captured enough footage, Jacob insists on getting one last underwater shot. As he prepares for his final take, it quickly becomes clear that he should have listened to his cameraman.
One last bit underwater footage on the day.
As Jacob swims beneath the whirlpool, the current pulls him in and the footage cuts off. Not long after, his body was found floating face down in the same whirlpool he'd been filming. Friends described him as obsessed with the ocean, always chasing the next adventure, but in the end, he met a tragic fate doing what he loved. Nishu Deshwal was a 22-year-old rising content creator star in India, and millions of people online were tuning into his content, watching as he did stunts on tractors. But on the 28th of February 2024, one of his live streams would take a dark turn. As he has the tractor in a wheelie position, the tractor suddenly snaps backward and folds on itself, trapping Nishu beneath the weight. Since the footage spread online, viewers have speculated about how it happened. Some blamed failed safety features like roll bars or seat mounts. Others argued tractors were never designed for stunts like this in the first place. On January 15, 2023, Yeti Airlines Flight 691 departed from Kathmandu, Nepal, on a short half-hour trip to the city of Pokhara. On board were 72 people, and among them was 25-year-old Sonu Jaiswal, who was traveling to Pokhara together with his friends to try paragliding for the first time in his life. He wanted to share the experience with others online, so he decided to live stream it on Facebook as the plane prepared to land. His video begins innocently, showing the green hills below, fellow passengers laughing, and Sonu himself smiling at the camera. But within minutes, that live stream would capture the final moments of everyone on board. The plane steers right toward the ground, everyone panicking as it crashes and an explosive fire erupts. Tragically, there were no survivors. All 72 people on board died. Investigators later concluded the crash was caused by a fatal mistake in the cockpit. As the plane approached Pokhara, it was cleared to land on one runway, but the pilots requested to circle and attempt a landing from the opposite direction, a trickier approach that required precise, low-altitude turns. With so many critical adjustments in a short time, there was little margin for error. In that moment, the pilots accidentally pulled the wrong levers, cutting power to the engines just seconds before landing. With no thrust to keep it airborne, the plane stalled, plunging into a gorge near the airport. In just a few seconds, a simple cockpit error turned into one of Nepal's deadliest air disasters, and one of the most haunting live streams ever recorded.